What's up, everybody? Jerry with Dipping Up Trading here for another video. We're going to be talking about Gevo. Again, today is August 30th. It is currently 10:57 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're just going to jump right in. So on the day today, Gevo finished the day off at $6.08, up in the after hours 0.66%. Finished the day in terms of the after hours, let's see, right around $6.12. So one thing I wanted to show you guys, this is, last trading day, let's see, what was this, Friday? It was pretty indicative of an upcoming sell-off. Reason I say that is because you can obviously see on the RSI, notice how we hit over into that oversold, or excuse me, that overbought territory. And then you can tell how it just consolidated a little bit, but the RSI was starting to trend down, which is an indication of bearish divergence. So this was kind of a way to read that momentum swing for the incoming. So hypothetically, this is something good for you guys to learn, is that if you were just swinging it for the week and you notice that bearish divergence starting to happen, especially after you've made a definite gain in terms of profitability over the last 5, 6, 7 trading days, at that point, that would be a good time to exit and then wait for it to hold and maintain support again. So right now, we have a little bit of bullish divergence. Stock pretty much traded sideways all day, but you can see on the RSI, we hit oversold and then we started trending up while the candles were starting to trade sideways. So just one thing to keep in mind when you guys are looking at these technicals and looking at these candles, I would expect, honestly, for us to have, obviously it's not a guarantee, but I would expect us to have some sort of a green day tomorrow. We have some levels of resistance right around $6.14. I'd say potentially another one would be, let's see, 614, and then I'd say like in between 622, 625 or so. So somewhere between that range. And then obviously 629, 643, and then so on and so forth. So it would be nice, excuse me, to see us consolidate just like we did from, the 24th up to the 26th, and then we ripped on pretty much the whole day on the 27th. So that'd be nice to see, especially us continue to set that level of support around that $6 mark. Real quick, checking on the Ortex data, and then I do want to jump over to the institutional ownership to see if there's any major change there. So again, pretty much net neutral on the day for Gevo, down 1.8% for the short interest change. Return shares is 1.04 million, borrowed was 359,000 against it for a net borrow change of 681,000. So we definitely had more return than borrowed today. Pretty much everything stayed the same in terms of like cost to borrow, utilization. There wasn't really any major jumps there, up or down. I'd say like the closest thing would be the estimated short interest of the free float went down a little bit from 15.64 to 14.47. So everything else pretty much stayed right around the same zone that it's been in the last few weeks. So nothing really major to look at there. In terms of institutional ownership, let me refresh this guy. All right, so here we go. All right, so looks like we had, so Vanguard Institutional Total Stock increased their position. They have a total of 155,000 shares now. Their total stock market index fund for investor shares, they're up to 5.2 million now. For the most part, over the last, let's see, today there's really only, I would say, 5 or 6 massive buys. The 27th, there was quite a bit. The 26th, there was pardon my French, there was a shit ton there. Looks like we kind of had a continued growth in terms of the institutional ownership over the last week of trading days, I would say. So it's definitely something good to see. It's reassuring because a lot of the times, investors tend to follow the money. So you want to make sure that you're investing in something that these other massive conglomerates are investing in and taking their time and valuable assets to invest into these companies. So definitely something to keep in mind. And remember, in my one of my first videos about Gevo, I said this is a long hold. This is something that I would say is a 5 to 10 year play for me personally, because I could see this thing running into the $400 or $500 range, especially when they start inking more government contracts over the next few years. I think it's going to be something of the future, especially with the continued growth in the EV sector. I think these green low emission fossil fuels are going to be also kind of a way to go, especially with airlines, as well as the military. But that'll pretty much wrap it up here. I would say hypothetically, if we don't see an uptick and we either consolidate or we dip down, we do have that level, like I said, at $6. Then we have another level, 590, 584, 567, and so on. So again, I'm not really expecting. I would say if we do dip below, we have some pretty major support around $5.90, 91 cents or so. So if we did bounce there, I could see that happening. What I do want to check out real quick is, let's see, so that's the daily. Let me go to the hourly. Yeah, so I kind of want to put a Fibonacci on this real quick. So I want to check something out. Yeah, so it's hovering. Let's see, in this 38.2% range. So again, if it dips down into that 560 range, that would be a retracement in between that 50 and 61.8%. A lot of the times, having a healthy retracement is around that 50% range, which again was going hand in hand with where I saw kind of those levels of support. I was saying $5.90, so roughly off in between 8 cents or so in terms of how that looks. So let me see. I would think, because of how this RSI was trending down for so long, again, I would think that if it dips a little lower, we should dip into this 30-point range and then hopefully would continue up from there. So again, that should go hand in hand depending on how quickly it sells off. If it does, it could hover within this range. Could be for a day, could be for 2 days. Unfortunately, you never really know, and it's very, very difficult to predict at times. Let me go ahead and draw this box so y'all can kind of see it better. So it'd be kind of within this range here, right there. So it'd be pre-market hours tomorrow through the intraday, and then after hours market there. So let me real quick go to the 5 minutes. So also want to look at, looks like the 15 MA is currently trading above the VWAP, which is good to see. We also would like to see it hit over this 200 EMA. This is going to help us in terms of getting us into much, I would say, volatile bullish territory. A lot of the times when you see that 15 MA cross over that 200 EMA, you start to see an increase in volume. Most likely it's just a good indication of when a good time to buy is. That's just for me personally. That's one thing I look for, is how close we are in terms of crossing over. Right now the 200 EMA is dipping down while the 15 MA is starting to turn up. So definitely a good sign there. But again, I like to kind of go over both best and worst case scenarios for the day. And this could last anywhere from a day to 2 trading days, give or take, just based on what I've seen in terms of how Gevo has performed over the last 5, 6, 7 trading days. So that'll pretty much wrap it up for this one. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. If you have any comments, leave them in that comment section below. Feel free to, you can also follow me over on Twitch. I'm going to start doing simultaneous broadcasts both on YouTube and Twitch. So the handle on my Twitch is, let me get it for you guys. Where's it at? Here we go. So handle for my Twitch is @dipandrip_trading. Twitter is just @dipandrip_trading. So definitely feel free to hit me up with follows there. And definitely don't forget to hit that like and smash that subscribe. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.